Hello and welcome back to Train Sim TV. Today we're back on Train Sim Classic with a look at the all new and latest Wagon Wednesday's release. This is the last in the current phase of Wagons now, on this current set of releases. This was an extension of 2 weeks, so there was another Wagon pack we haven't featured yet. We are going to do another video on that, but this is the last one, so the most recent. This is TTA Wagon Pack Volume 2. And this is a pack which looks at consolidating the reduced size tank variants into one pack with all the various colours and the brands. These wagons were built in the 1960s to 70s, and this was for the transportation of various liquid chemicals and could still be seen on the national network as recently as 2021, so they had quite a decent lifespan. And as you can see here, one of the ones that we'll briefly be showing you part of the scenario of. This is just to have a quick drive and just a quick, basically listen and see what's what. This is the ICI Chlor Chemicals, which is it's got chlorine in and it's got a tiger logo on there. We also have a wagon lineup, so after this little brief run, just to have a quick listen, we will phase through and do a complete lineup of all the liveries and what you will get in the package. The pack itself's £4.99 again, so all the recent ones have now gone back to £4.99, which is nice to see. And it comes with 25 plus branded variants, weathered variants, empty and loaded version with realistic physics, prototypical sounds from the Wagon 4-wheeled sound pack, flashing tail lamps, and one realistic scenario for the ATS Chatmos route. This is this scenario that we're just briefly going to have a quick run on as well. So again, this is a pack to look at consolidating all the reduced size tanks. And as you can see, these are the short and down ones, so they're not the full sort of size in height. They're a bit more weird. It's a bit squished, not to say squished, but a bit more of a narrower tank. Let's get the brakes off on this. Down here just so you can have a little listen. I'll stop talking now just while we do this a little bit. So you join me now at Leeds Midland Road once more again for our wagon lineup. As you can see, there is a great amount of different varieties and liveries and states of weathering. We're going to have a quick look at all these, so we're not going to drag this on too much, but just want to get straight in here and have a look at the different liveries and different types of logos that you can find and use in your own scenario. So what I've done is, you can see the wagons are set in sets of 3, so basically each type of wagon is weathered 1, 2 and 3 in the order that we go through, and that is for all of the wagons available in the in the actual list alone. One thing I will say as well, when you're making your scenarios, if you're looking for TTA Wagon Pack 02, which is what you would expect with this being volume 2, it's not there, it's under volume 1, which is a bit confusing, which personally I think it would have been a second pack. I would probably have said it might have been more worthwhile making a separate folder so you've got a separate tip box, but never mind, it is as it is. I mean, it's the same like that, it's been the same done with other packs in the past, like the 37s, they've all come under one folder, which is a bit confusing, but there's obviously, there must be the reasons for that being done. Anyway, right, so starting off we have these black tankers. So these are BRT with various logos on them. So BRT, this has got haze on the right hand side here with caustic soda liqueur. Interesting. But yeah, they look really cool as always. So what we're focusing on obviously is the top part. Not so much the bottom part, so it's the frame that we've seen over the last few wagon packs as it is, but they've got some nice weathering on them. They look a little bit different, to be fair, but the frame itself below is essentially the same as what we've seen. I don't really think there's any massive changes. The one thing I did note, now I saw this had been fixed on previous packs, so maybe this pack had come out and it hasn't been fixed, that the Oleo buffer text is again back to front. So hopefully that could be addressed in due course. I'm presuming what's happened is obviously other wagon packs have been fixed and maybe these have slipped through the net on that one, if the pack's been already sort of started beforehand and hasn't had that fix applied. But yeah, other than that, that's one of the things that I would like to see updated and fixed, as it has already been done on some of the other packs. But yeah, looking cool. So as you see there, BRT, haze, caustic soda liqueur. Moving on. We've got another BRT one, but this time it's the ICI Mond Division Caustic Soda Liqueur. Again, looking really good. One thing to note, once again, guys, you can take the tail lamp on and off, and I believe he says that you should be able to change the OHLE flash, because these ran up as far till 2021. So obviously the flash would be the modern one, but currently we've got the old ones on, all in the manual. That sort of stuff. I love the weathering. I really do love these weathered ones. Always my favourite, weathered 3. Some really nice effects. Moving on, we've got Cabe. So it's just got the Cabe logo on that one. There's nothing else other than the usual safety decals. I've got this corrosive one here. It's quite cool. Really high quality. All these are really high quality logos. Really nice. Bossman Games chemical board. That's brilliant. Love it. Nice little Easter egg there. I don't think there's any other Easter eggs. I'm going to see if there's any more now. I don't think there's anything else in there. Moving on, we've got Procore. Again, with the other standard decals on there. The little data panels and stuff. Moving up, we've got Procore BP Chemicals. Something I look forward to when it comes out is the SG Simulation, East Coast Mainline 1980s BR route. Sean reckons these will have some good use on there for chemical flows ran along there. And other routes, of course. These ran from obviously they were produced in the 60s and 70s. And then they were operational through to as far as what it says on the website is 2021, which I didn't actually realise these short and like reduced size ones ran. I thought it was just the main bulky ones. You learn something new every day. Moving on, we've got Procore Mon Division ICI once again. Route 1, 2 and 3. Tiger and ATO branding. Not to be confused with ATO self-driving trains. yeah, that's cool. So there's nothing corrosive on this one by lots of. Oh, it's there. Sorry, there it is. Yeah, it is corrosive. It's moved. The other ones were down here. That one. C. Well, I'm not sure what that is. What's in that logo yet? TRL. Not sure what that logo and brand is, to be honest. Never heard that once. And there's some bits on here I've never heard of before, or never even realised exist, like them yellow ones over there, which we'll take a look very shortly. Moving back over to the next line, we have, again, TRL ICI Mon Division Caustic Soda Liqueur. 1, 2, and 3. We then move on to ECC International with Tiger logos. Now, this is the same brand and logo that runs on the China Clay flow working that comes up. What wagon is it? There was a wagon that came out a bit back with them. Is this an older style wagon that used to work on that flow? To me, that must be. I'm going to have a quick look at what that wagon is now. Get the AP site up here while I'm doing this. Really cool. China Clay, isn't it? It must be China. It looks like it is because it's got like white streaks down the side of it. So I'm presuming that must have been an older wagon that used to run on that flow. So potentially that wagon may be useful for Cornish, maybe, I think. Before the more modern wagons came in. I can't remember what the type of wagon. I'm just looking for it now, just to make sure I get it right. It was the can't find it. ICA-D wagon. So that must be the predecessor before they got the silver bullets. That's my thinking anyway. Moving on. Again, we have just Tiger on this one, so there's no ECC, so just Tiger. That one's got corrosive. That one doesn't have corrosive, obviously, because it's China Clay. Here's a cool one. Procore. Phosphoric acid? Oh god, I probably got that wrong. Phosphoric. Whatever. I'm not going to keep trying that because I'll be murdering that. That's got Albright and Wilson Limited. Marching Works, I think. Looks to me. I've seen that livery before on a different wagon. I think I've seen it on some PCA wagons, what Richard Fletcher once did for some freeware stuff, which you can get from DP Simulations. I actually have, but I have used it before, but it's got some. This one's a bit different, some different logos in it. But I have seen that brand before. That's another cool one. I love that one. That's really filthy. I wonder if they'll be of use maybe on the West Coast main line somewhere and other places. We've got BP, so BP Chemicals, and we've also got this other logo down here which I've never seen before, which is a P with some arrows. Looking good again. Ethylene dibromide. What's that up there? The Associated Octal Company, London, England. Never heard of them. Whatever it is, it's very dangerous. It's toxic, that one. Very toxic. Yeah, again, some stuff I've never heard of here, so definitely some old stuff going on here. Procore ATO, once again, we saw that before, just up behind us. These may be a freshened up version of the black ones over there, maybe, I don't know. Actually, I think it might be Tiger. We saw Tiger ones over there with ATO, so maybe slightly different. They've got ATO on them, but different type of ATO logo. Tiger, just Tiger on this one. No naked lights to be brought near the tank. Keep cover securely fastened, whether loaded or empty. That one must just like be a fuel or something. So this hasn't got any logo as such. It's just got this this little logo with a C on it. But I don't understand. I don't know what that C logo stands for, unfortunately. So I can't tell you what it is. Fortunately, the manuals don't have what each logo is or anything like that. They're quite a very basic manual for the wagons, unfortunately. I bring this up every time. It would be nice to have them a bit more comprehensive and actually tell you what these logos are, because some of them I have no idea. And it is nice to know what you are getting in the pack on that side of things. Just for people that obviously don't know what everything is. You've got another one there with Procore on it. Man lid to be open during discharge. There's another little thing I was like, you actually can see quite well, is the detail on the roof. Like you've got the little walkway on the top, but you've also got these little valves and stuff on the top. I learned something quite recently on the which pack was it? It was the previous one. I don't think you'll see them on this. Fly over here. No, they don't seem to have them on there. Basically, I think it was the bitumen tanks, and they had some little bits of detail on the ends. And what they were flues for basically when the train's been transported to where it's going to, the bitumen will set. Eventually, it'll cool down, and when it comes to unloading them, these flues get lit or whatever, or turned on, or whatever they do to them, and then they heat up the bitumen to be unloaded. And I didn't know that that detail existed till recently. I did a scenario on the West Highland line, one of Mark's workings. You might have seen it on the stream, and you can see these little bits of detail on the corners. So they do that to light them up and warm up the bitumen so they can get it all out. It's quite interesting, actually. Again, just these little bits of detail you just don't always go and look at, but you've got that valve there. You've got these little little brackets here, so obviously they can lift the tanks. I presume they could lift them off the base, maybe, or they just lift the whole wagon off, maybe. I'm not too sure, but there's obviously stuff there to be lifted. It's quite an interesting one. I've never seen that livery before. I've never ever seen yellow tank like that. So that is a long gone livery, of course. Must have been something around in the early days of the wagons. Again, you've got the ethylene dibromide. Teal colour, which is quite nice. Nearly there. STS, I've heard of them before. I can't tell you what it stood for, but I've seen that logo before. UK Fertilisers with Procore. There's quite a lot going on this one, isn't it? Wow. Haze Chemicals, Murgatroyd's division, Liquid Chlorine, Tiger, and there's also got some other stuff I've not seen yet. So Return Empty Sandbach Works. So that'll be something useful for the West Coast Main Line. Dangerous traffic, not to be loosed or shunted. That's a toxic on that. Essentially bleach in some form. It's, I think, chlorine. You've also got another one, so ICI Chlorine Chemicals, so Chlor Chemicals, Tiger. Another liquid chlorine here, but this one's got the Associated Octal Company. Mon Division ICI, and another new logo. So this has got hydrochloric acid, 99.5% poison and flammable. That doesn't sound dangerous at all, does it? That's got Procore on that also. And again, it's got the Bossman Games Chemical Board number on there. If you have any issues, drop them a call. I presume it's not a real number, but you never know. We've got a new livery here we've not seen yet. So this is Tiger with Blue Circle and Snow Cow. Now I've heard of Blue Circle Cement. They have a working. There's a Blue Circle Dewsbury. They run us working to Earl sidings. Now, I'm not sure if these would be the same wagons that would have run on that flow at some point, potentially. These could have run totally somewhere different. I have no idea on that, so if anyone knows, do pop that in the chat. Anything that I've brought up in the chat, if anyone wants to elaborate on anything that I may not have had a clue about, do put it in the chat, because I find that sort of information coming through, it helps out as well. Moving on, we have again Tiger, Mon Division ICI with chlorine chemicals in that one. And then moving on to the last small line at the remaining end is again the Octal Company Limited Tiger chlorine. And finally, we have the TRL chlorine Mon Division with ICI logos on there too. And there you have it. So that is your complete lineup of the wagons that come with this pack. I hope that helps out. It gives you a good idea of what you get. And as you can see, there's actually quite a lot in there. It's very comprehensive. On that note, a massive thanks to everyone watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, it's just a short video just to show and what comes in the pack and how they look and sound in a bit of a brief running on the included scenario. Don't forget you can like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. Catch us on Twitch on Fridays and Sundays at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. And again, thank you for taking the time to watch. Links are in the description, of course. And again, we'll see you on that next video. Take care and bye for now.